Personal Finance 101, Dealing with Financial Loss. Losing money sucks. I don't know anyone who takes pleasure in taking financial losses, no matter how small it is. No one is immune to monetary setbacks, no matter how hard you plan. Financial loss is just a part of life, period. Financial loss often feels like you're playing an unfair game of hopscotch, where you take one step forward, then not one, not two, not three, but four steps backward. These losses cause you to wonder if you will ever get any sort of financial momentum to reach your financial goals in life. It may even feel like the harder you try, the more the curveballs just keep being pitched your way. So you resign at home plate thinking, I'm just going to strike out because I just can't catch a break. But what if instead of giving up for not getting on base, we took those strikeouts like a Hall of Fame champ and say, I'll get 'em next time? Given the certainty of financial loss, I think it's less about the loss and more about how we respond to it. So, what are ways in which we can process through it? I think learning to live off less is one way to counter our attachments to the reality of financial loss. When we do not attach our life's value and satisfaction to only being able to enjoy life when we occupy spaces of financial gain, we can continue forward through whatever level of financial loss occurs. Also, I think learning to view financial loss as a character development moment and less of a personal vendetta is a much more healthy way to process through the currency casualties. By seeing financial loss as an added value instead of a loss in value to our lives can help one process through it all. Oftentimes, the loss of money forces us to take a hard look at the purpose of this life and the things we once held on to as the prize. When we see those things that are not the true riches in life, we then add true value to our lives greater than any silver or paperback can ascribe. No, it's not some philosophical consolation to make you feel better when you take a financial hit, but truly a way to holistically view it. Financial losses are necessary segues in life. Financial losses are life's reset to cause one to reevaluate the path and purpose of life. Without financial loss, I gather to say we would probably become more and more narcissistic and prideful, thinking our continual gain is because of our own prowess and intellect. Losses, or the threat of it, humble us and remove the smokescreen from our sights. It's interesting, the older I get, the more I'm starting to realize how little you can control or predict your financial security for the future. Yes, there are things you can do to begin putting a few things in place now to build for the future, but there's no guarantee that those long term predictions will pan out. I've heard many stories where people have worked their whole lives, say 401ks, stocks, IRAs, mutual funds, and savings, only to have some incident wipe out nearly their entire account, if not the whole thing. Accounts they work hard to stack up for years, even decades. Now, of course, there are others who have been fortunate enough to escape these monetary perils and fly under the radar towards financial paradise. But it is of my belief that percentage of people who fall into this category are less than double digits. So don't let the financial loss or continual losses cause you to feel as though you are stupid, not doing something right, or are of less value than others. Are there certain financial decisions that are dumb or weren't the best option? Yes. But don't let that bad decision define your financial identity. Know that life is an and. It is both financial gain and financial loss. Nowhere on this planet is there a pathway of just pure gain 100% of the time. There's a reason you are taught all four elements of mathematics when you enter primary school. You simply cannot have just addition and multiplication without subtraction and division. While I'm not a fan of money and the whole development of economic systems in the first place, I realize though that even if we didn't have money, we would still be bartering, trading, or losing something to someone. So we can't just sit up here and blame money or have an attitude with it. What we can do instead is view financial loss as both a present and future guarantee. So we don't have to be surprised when the loss comes knocking at our doors. Instead, we can take the loss for what it is and find ways to keep moving forward. For more content and to download copies of my ebooks, go to simplelifeconversations.blog. That's simplelifeconversations.blog. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast channel to get the latest episode of Conversation Starters.